cemented their spot in the hearts of fans around the world, and very importantly, in the history of a musical world seeking post-Beatles alternative pop. This moment right now is, if I may say, one girl's dream come true. The Go-Betweens are in my living room, essentially, especially since I started in radio after the last Go-Betweens tour, and having hosted each of you individually on my radio show, to have you here playing songs together is a very special moment. So let's not delay it any further. I give you Robert Forster and Grant McLennan.
Thank you very much.
Baby Stones. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You say you want to take a lover, although you're satisfied with me. We have to open our horizons, my love, we can, but you'll do it without me. And you can call me old-fashioned, you can call me straight-laced, but I'm not gonna sit here and let another man take my place. So go and see him, what will be, will be. Every man for the rest of your life will be less than me. I want you to stay, you're such a worthwhile need. But why not do the searching around here and try and involve me? You say there's nothing wrong with us, that what we have here is good, but you have more needs and the fire cannot burn on the same old wood. So excuse me if I look tired, excuse me if I just look at the sun. You see, I wanted to be blinded and I wanted to be your only one. So go and see him, what will be, will be. Every man for the rest of your life will be less than me. I want you to stay, you're such a worthwhile need. But why not do the searching around here and try and involve me? The yellow time of autumn comes, the dying sound of distant drums, the old men that sit on tree stumps. No, I am an unfortunate man, and on a road of stones, the road that's made of baby stones, there's an arrow made of stones that points away from this home. I missed the turning back, I walked on by. Old situations can make you just want to lie down and die. I want you to stay, you're such a worthwhile need. But why not do the searching around here and try to involve me? And on a road of stones, the road that's made of baby stones, there's an arrow made of stones that points away from this home.
1, 2, 3, 4. bright moon appears like a hole in the sky. The mangroves go quiet. In the breeze of Della Palma, a teenage Rasputin takes the sting from a gin. When a woman learns to walk, she's not dependent anymore. A line from your letter, May 24. And out on the bay, the current is strong. A boat can go lost. But I didn't know someone could be so lonesome. Didn't know a heart could be tied up and held for ransom. Till you take your shoes and go outside, stride over stride, walk to that tide, 'cause the door is open wide. Turn the fan off and went for a walk by the lights down Shield Street. The birds in the trees open their throats. He goes home alone, 'cause he dreamed resistance, they talk commitment. Things changed over long distance. Took the shirt off his back, the eyes from his head, and left him for dead. But I didn't know someone could be so lonesome. Didn't know a heart could be tied up and held for ransom. Till you take your shoes and go outside, stride over stride, walk to that tide, 'cause the door is open wide. Little lies, they'll take your pride. Little lies, they'll take your pride. But I didn't know someone could be so lonesome. Didn't know a heart could be tied up and held for ransom. Till you take our shoes and go outside, stride over stride, walk to that tide, 'cause the door is open wide. Stride over stride, walk to that tide, by pride, 'cause the door is open wide. The door is always open wide. The door is always open wide. The door is always open wide.
See, once we decide on what song we're playing, we're actually quite good. All right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got to improve. Your walk hardly moves. Your holy sailors with their harbor smells feed from your broken shells. So that's how it feels. It's a cruel God that steals the things you love, the things you hold, that are priceless but still sold. And people say I'm meant to want you. People say I'm meant to need you. People say I'm meant to love you, babe. The jobs you cannot hold, the stereo that you sold. Can't have your milk and drink it too. Your kitchen never had food. And people say I'm mad to want you. People say I'm mad to need you. People say I'm mad to love you, babe. The clouds lie on their backs and rain on everyone, but you always stay dry. You got your own private sun. Listen to the doctor's advice. Nobody's ever been said twice. So pack your bags and saxophone. I'm gonna take you to Rome. And people say I'm mad to want you. People say I'm mad to need you. People say I'm mad to love you, babe. And people say I'm mad to want you. People say I'm mad to need you. People say I'm mad to love you, babe. Now we're going to do the song that I thought was going to be played second.
Which is?
Okay. Haven't I Been a Fool?
Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. High August moon, with the light coming into my room. Dead winter leaves, with the sound of the wind through the trees. I thought by now we'd be further on. I'm telling everyone, you're the only one. Haven't I been a fool? Tell the funeral man I don't like powder on my face. Tell the policeman break the law, well that's no disgrace. And tell the doctor too that her medicine is far too good. And tell the sailor man that the boat that he's built's made of wood. Haven't I been a fool? I'm telling everybody, I don't want you knocking on my door. I'm telling everyone that a long line has been drawn. Tell the backstabbers too that their knives are far too blunt. I'm telling everyone, you're the one that I want. Haven't I been a fool? Haven't I been a fool? Haven't I been a fool? Haven't I been a fool?
2, 3, 4. It rains for days, so you stay inside and lock your door. You're crying all the time, crying for you don't know what for. You say you're undone by his kiss, but don't you think that for once in your life it could be like this? Your hands are tired, your eyes are blue. I'm keeping you right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Whatever I have is yours, and it's right here. Climb aboard my pony, now you've been thrown. Come on, get back in your saddle and let it be known that you're made of steel. But don't you think that for once in your life you should be made to feel? Your hands are tired, your eyes are blue, and I'm keeping you right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Whatever I have is yours, and it's right here. You're 32, but you look 55. You walk around with your eyes wide open, but you're barely alive. You say you lost your touch, but don't you think that for once in your life he could walk without his crutch? Your hands are tired, your eyes are blue, 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 and I'm keeping you right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Whatever I have is yours, and it's right here, right here. Right here, right here, right here, right here. Whatever I have is yours, and it's right here. One, two, three, four. One sleeve rolled up, one sleeve rolled down. I'm wearing a black and white shirt and I'm in a sleepy town. I love the shirt, I love the town,
And when the sun goes down, we go to a cafe and we talk 1-to-1. And it's tombstones, cobblestones, those old bones that lie beneath this city. And I wanna see her 1-to-1, 1-to-1, yeah. I love her eyes and everything that they see. I hope my footsteps are somewhere beneath me, 'cause it's another corner, another bend. I run into an old friend. She said she saw you moving through the streets like some kind of new age Cleopatra. Tombstones, cobblestones, those old bones that lie beneath this city. And I wanna see her 1-to-1, 1-to-1, yeah. 1-to-1, you to me bring a whole new kind of certainty to my life, to these days that run out to the sunset. I see you down by the old stone bridge. Your daddy's beer, we're gonna drink that down by the river's edge, the river's edge. And it's tombstones, cobblestone, all those old bones that lie beneath this city. And I wanna see her tombstones, her cobblestone, her beautiful bones that lie beneath this city. And I wanna see her tombstone, cobblestones, old bones lie beneath this city. And I wanna see her tombstone, her cobblestone, those old bones that lie beneath this city. And I wanna see her 1-to-1, 1-to-1, yeah.
And that's a wrap. Thank you very much for coming down here. This was a delightful afternoon.
Been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been great. We're going to hit the surf now.
Right on. I'd like to also thank Robert from Jet Set for setting this up. This performance was produced, recorded, and mixed live by Robin Danar. I'm your host, Tricia Halloran, and if you're listening on the radio on KCRW, you might be interested to check out our website, bravenewworld.net, where you can hear this performance and others, plus hook directly into lots of information about all your favorite bands. This has been bravenewworld.net. Cemented their spot in the hearts of fans around the world, and very importantly, in the history of a musical world seeking post-Beatles alternative pop. This moment right now is, if I may say, one girl's dream come true. The Go-Betweens are in my living room, essentially, especially since I started in radio after the last Go-Betweens tour, and having hosted each of you individually on my radio show, to have you here playing songs together is a very special moment. So let's not delay it any further. I give you Robert Forster and Grant McLennan.
Thank you very much.
Clennon performing live for Brave New World. Sounds amazing, and I'm sure I don't need to state the obvious. You guys are obviously having fun playing together again, and if anybody saw your shows on your current tour, it's just a real sort of joyous celebration. Everybody there is so happy to see you. It's good.
No, it's been an absolute gas for the last 10 weeks playing with Bobby in some of the sleazier places and some of the more beautiful places in the world.
You've done the whole range.
No, it's great, and we look forward to meeting up in Australia in about, I guess, 6 or 7 weeks when Robert comes down for a holiday.
Great. And then you're going to do demos for, or kind of think about a new record there?
Yeah, we'll do some demos, just record the songs that we have. But, we've only decided to sort of, continue after the tour. We only made that decision after the tour had started. So we really haven't come off the road and done any sort of planning, which is good in a way. It's not like making a decision and then, you're at home and then, the next day you've got to start phoning up. It's sort of floated while we've been on the road. And, that's why we've been talking to people about studios, the oddest people that you meet, tell you about studios, record companies. We have no idea, we have no musicians lined up or booked or talked to. It's just very much at a end of the tour stage, and then we'll sort of take it further once we stop.
Well, that's a great part of the project to be at, because it's all wide open. It's all ahead of you,
Yeah.
and it can still be anything you want.
It's also good because, Grant and I aren't signed to any record companies, so there's no contractual strings to either of us.
You can just make it the way you want to make it.
Exactly. Well, that's the plan.
But don't tell anyone.
No,
Okay.
don't tell anyone.
No. Mum's the word.
Okay.
Let's hear some more music. What's next?
Okay.
2.
See, once we decide on what song we're playing, we're actually quite good.
It's great fun to watch you two play, because it is like you have this bond, this ESP, like you're not even actually, the radio listeners can't tell this, but facing each other, but you still strum in perfect time together.
Oh, thank you.
It's quite remarkable.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the projects you have out now. There's the Best of the Go-Betweens, Bella
Oh, yeah.
Vista Terrace. That must have been hard to choose.
No, it took 20 minutes.
Did not.
Yes, did so. Did so. I was there. No, it just took 20 minutes. It was like a best of. We sort of went traditional on it, and it just had to be the sort of the singles, and then it was just a choice of a couple of album tracks that sort of, led off into other directions that people could sort of see what else that we'd done. So it was really quite easy.
That's funny. I was completely pictured like hours of intercontinental debates, and
No.
we can't leave this out, and we
No,
can't. Well, that's great.
No.
There you go.
No, I think if you, as Robert said, if you have the agenda right in the first place, the songs pretty much select themselves.
Well, I think that sort of Go-Betweens have always kind of known where they're going, haven't they?
Well, that's true. I mean, if someone had have sort of suggested to us, not sort of the best of in a sort of, traditional way, like as an introduction to people and sort of thinking of the singles, and went, the best, the 15 best or the 14 best songs that the Go-Betweens ever did, that would take a lot longer, wouldn't it? I mean, that'd be.
I see.
That'd take longer.
But you thought of it more as a Go-Betweens primer.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good idea. And this other album, the Lost album, 78 to 79, the Lost album, let's talk about that. It's a pretty interesting idea.
Well, that's when we existed in 78, 79. We were sort of, the first 2 years of the band, and so we were sort of people that know us from our first album on. There was sort of a period before that where we were quite different to the way that we sounded on our first album. A lot more poppy, a lot more sort of 60s obsessed, a lot more Velvet Underground obsessed, a lot more Jonathan Richman, the Modern Lovers obsessed, and it was we only ever really played that time in Brisbane, so the only people that knew about this were the people that saw us playing, Grant and I, obviously, who were doing it. So it was sort of an unknown chapter, and the tapes exist, and also like incorporating our first 2 singles as well. It just gives an album that we would have made then in 1979. It's sort of it's just the prequel.
I was going to say prequel.
And it hasn't been missing, and it's sort of otherwise it's an important missing first section of our history.
Yeah, it's an interesting look at something, as you said,
it
people
probably
might not have
surprises
heard
people
otherwise.
that we were so poppy and so. But in a way, it's also, I think that, like even an album like that one, like Liberty Bell and the Black Diamond Express, we sort of come back on that album to just a faint way what we were doing back in the late 70s.
Yeah.
So it's sort of, there's traces of it go through our work.
And it's actually was recorded in your bedroom in
That's
Brisbane?
true. A little bit bigger than this. And it was sort of a house that I moved into. Grant was living in this house with a medical student, a social worker student, and an archaeologist student. It was just an off-campus house.
Right.
And I moved in, and I had a bedroom that was it's sort of... I don't know if you have this expression here, like a sunroom. Do you have that here? And it's sort of like a front room of a house with windows, and normally it's sort of a patio, veranda type thing, but it's enclosed.
Oh, right.
And it's sort of an Australian thing, I guess. And I sort of stayed there, and we used to rehearse there. And this person, Jerry Teekman, recorded us there.
Well, that is also available, so people can check out 7879, the Lost album on Jet Set, as well as Bella Vista Terrace, the best of the Go-Betweens. And if you really want to get into it, all 6 of the Go-Betweens albums were reissued last year by Beggar's Banquet, so people can really delve into it. What do we hear next?
Maybe we should do a track off that.
Okay. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I'm just somewhat, it's hard to talk after that. That was a nice version of that as well.
Yep.
You're listening to Brave
We're
New
on
World. You're on fire. Keep going. It's Robert Forster and Grant McLennan. That song was Haven't I Been a Fool? It's from Grant McLennan's solo album called Watershed that came out in 1991. So I have to ask about, Robert, I think it was one of you that I interviewed several years ago that mentioned a screenplay that you and Grant had worked on a long time ago, and that you seem to feel like that was still going to be rejuvenated. So I got to hear the update on that.
Well, we wrote it in the end of '95 when both Grant and I were living in Brisbane at the same time. And it's sort of, it floats around. We don't have all that many contacts in the film business. We actually found one in Melbourne when we were on this tour, at the start of this tour in April, and we'll send it to that person. It's the first film Grant and I have written, and we when we were talking about before, back in 78, 79, we were kicking around a script then too, but sort of the band took over, and it's quite conceivable that Grant and I, instead of sitting here now, we could be 2 scriptwriters in Hollywood, I guess.
It could have gone either way.
It could have. I mean, Grant was a lot more into film than I was, and he sort of schooled me in film aesthetic. But the music took over. But anyway, we wrote the script, and it's sort of bouncing around. It's called Sydney Creeps. It's set in Australia.
Sydney Creeps, but it's about to come out in America, I think, with Cindy Crawford and Leonardo, and it's called Miami Crawls.
That would be the updated version.
It will be. It will be Americanized.
But give us a little bit of what's it about. I mean, people will be hearing this in Los Angeles, so a studio might hear this and be.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Pitch.
It's
in turnaround, and it's a high volume project, and we've got interest with Miramax and Warner's
and
fighting
New
over it, and New Line are fighting over it. Now, it's okay. It's sort of like a guy who's around 30. It starts in Sydney, basically running away from Sydney and going back to Brisbane, which is his hometown, but he very quickly ends up on a pineapple farm just north of Brisbane. It's about someone who's 30 who just goes to a big city, gets burnt, and then runs away from it, and then sort of confronts his past and gets involved with a whole other world around his old hometown. So it's sort of...
it's a comedy.
It's a comedy. It's a romance. There's sort of... it's sort of...
there's books in it.
There's books in it. There's sort of a cops and robbers thing in it.
There's machetes.
There's machetes.
And there's a car chase.
And there's no full frontal nudity, although we are negotiable with that. Okay.
Let the bidding begin.
Yeah.
Now, are you two going to make guest appearances in this film?
Well, there's a spot in it. There's a little country dance.
Yeah, that's right.
Now you're talking.
And one of the songs that we sort of cheekily thought that the band could do, we'd be happy to sort of be anonymously in that band.
Yeah. We're hoping to get Guy Clark. That'd be great if he was.
Oh, excellent.
It's sort of a country dance type thing, and if Guy could do it, and we'd be in the band. We've sort of written the whole film so that we can actually play behind Guy Clark.
There's worse reasons, I'm sure.
No.
All right, more music. What's next?
Have you got your harmonica ready?
Yeah, I think that's a good one. And then we'll do 1 to 1. Okay.
It's Robert Forster and Grant McLennan performing live for Brave New World, and we've got one more song, but I just want to check in on your impressions of coming back after this time, and there's been such an enduring interest in your work, and I'm just curious if there's been some pivotal moment where you just realized, wow, what we're doing has really, really had an effect.
Well, it was meeting Sleater Kinney the other day. They came to our show in San Francisco yesterday, and that was amazing because I really liked their album "Dig Me Out," which I thought was just an extraordinary record. And then for them to want to come down to our show and meet them, and they knew some of our records just completely flabbergasted me, and that they're so good. And they like what we do is that they're 24, 25-year-olds that have been in Olympia, and that our records reach them, and that they're making such fantastic music themselves is really great.
And it's partly because of you. That is great.
I know, it's amazing.
And I think there's a lot of bands like that. I do. You probably are not aware of it.
No, we're not. We're finding it out, aren't we?
Yeah, you're going to find out.
Yeah, that's been
more.
one of the good things. I agree. It was fantastic because we both like their music, and we ended up like playing guitars and late at night kind of thing,
with them,
which is fantastic.
Great.
Yeah, and you bump into people like we bumped into Pavement a couple of times, and the Wannadies in London, and Tim from Stereolab came down, and it's just there's just people that you kind of Polly Harvey came to the first New York show, and so you just realise that your music in some way people dig it, and it's a really good feeling because most of those people that I named we like as well, so.
That's great. I'm glad to hear it. All right, let's get in our last song. This is 1 to 1, right?
Okay.
This is from Robert Forster's solo album, Calling from a Country Phone. And that's a wrap. Thank you very much for coming down here. This was a delightful afternoon.
Been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been great. We're going to hit the surf now.
Right on. I'd like to also thank Robert from Jet Set for setting this up. This performance was produced, recorded, and mixed live by Robin Danar. I'm your host, Tricia Halloran, and if you're listening on the radio on KCRW, you might be interested to check out our website, bravenewworld.net, where you can hear this performance and others, plus hook directly into lots of information about all your favorite bands. This has been bravenewworld.net.